So my homepage starter is generally what I use to make things like a dashboard. It's basically a structured wiki homepage. So the first thing you want to do is either view the template itself, or you can get the template. Let's take a quick look. Now, if you've watched my last video, you'll remember that this is how I structure my template publishing. And of course, I do have all of this kept in my Notion templates database, which lives in my public wiki. And my public wiki lives in my Notion site. And my Notion site is a wiki. So you can see how wikis are really handy. Now, let's follow it in. So Notion template, pick my template. So this is it here. And you can see we have this button, start with this template. Now, if you were to click the get template, it will also do the exact same as start with this template. So it'll bring you to your own Notion if you're logged in. And if you're not, it'll ask you to log in. And then it's going to ask you to pick a workspace. So we're just going to set this to the personal. And you can see it's generating. Now, what we want to do is open up the version. And you can see we have a wiki homepage starter template button. Now you can essentially take this button and move it all around your workspace, and you can copy it and move it somewhere else within your workspace. So what we're going to do is generate a homepage starter. Now, if you have watched my video on how to add a wiki into another wiki, you'll understand why I've called this wiki bucket. I definitely recommend you watch that video. I'm not going to talk about it in this one, just simply because we're going to now go in and have a look at the template itself. So as of this video, this is the current structure for my wiki homepage starter. There's a couple of toggles at the top, and we'll start off with the first one, obviously, which is the table of contents. And this is just a toggle where you can put in template buttons that you have. And then you have archives, which you can archive blocks into this page, and you also have ready for trash. So if you've deprecated something and you're going to get rid of it, then you can just put it in here. Now this one, you don't really need it. It's the default pages that came with Notion. I just kind of kept them because it might be handy for people who are very new to Notion, but if you're experienced enough, you won't really need this. And then finally, for the toggles, we have public. So based on what we've just seen with my public wiki, you can see here you have your main wiki, and then I've also given you a public wiki. And this is the beauty of wikis. It's a separation of concerns, really. So you can see with the public wiki, when I click the search, I can get all of the stuff that's related and living inside of the public wiki. Now, if I was to go back to the main wiki, and if I click the search here, you can see we have a lot more pages, and these are all in relation to the main wiki that we're looking at here. So yeah, you could essentially make this as a dashboard. So you could literally just say my site dash, I'll just say dashboard. And then this could be your public wiki within your main site. So all of your private content will live in here. And whenever you want to share stuff to your public, you'll put it in here. And then you could make this your public Notion site, which is exactly as I've shown what I'm doing here. So yeah, we'll just go to Kingsley.Chimezie.Notion.site. And as you can see, again, it's similar to what I've just shown. So that's why public wikis are handy. So yeah, basically this is kind of seen as your navigation. And then below this is where you put in your sections. And sections can be anything you want, really. Now, the way I follow this is I usually have stuff like database. And let's say it's for a business. I can also have things like clients. And you can have stuff like marketing. And so on. You basically decide. So you can see why the add section is handy. You can just create all your sections for your dashboard. This is seen as like the side panel. And then the central area is where I kind of keep all different views. So you can see here I have my recently edited. So again, this will only be related to recently edited stuff within the wiki itself. The recently edited in public wiki is completely different to the one in the main wiki. And of course, you can always create more views as well. as you go on. Now, like I said, this is my way of structuring a dashboard, and in fact my most comprehensive dashboard is the one that I use for my business, which is Kingsley Media Productions. And as you can see, I've split my sections. You know, this one's a little bit different. It's a different structure, but it followed the exact same. It started from that template that I've given you guys, and I've just kind of modified it as time goes on. So you can see homepage nav, I have my databases up here, and company, this is all company related stuff, and you know, down here is all of my client stuff, products and services, sales and marketing and design, and so on. And you can see I have different views as well. So these are all my own personal project tasks and projects, and then client stuff as well, client support. So you can see this is really handy. It helps me out a lot to manage everything. But yeah, hopefully you like it and it works out for yourself as well. And of course, feel free to customize it. If you do have any questions, do ask me, and also don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next template.